Showtime. Let's go. I'm ready.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Los Cut It. We're at the Los Cut It studio here in Chicago, Illinois. So I'm thinking about doing this podcast more often, and I'm thinking about giving it a name. My trainer Jonathan gave it the In the Cut with Los name, and I think I like that. I think I'm gonna stick with that. So shout out to Jonathan for such a cool name. A few things I want to talk about today. A lot of people are asking, how can I sign up to your podcast? Where can I go to see it? Honestly, this is just a pre-recorded podcast that I'm trying to do at least once a week, maybe twice a week, and I'm going to be touching on little topics, small topics that are currently going on. It could be as small as one person doing an incredible haircut to something extraordinary, huge, like a big show or a big promotion. So anybody who is going to start tuning in, I truly appreciate you. The first thing I want to talk about, it's one thing that's been surfing on the web, and I've been seeing it not just in the barber industry, but overall in general. But I have been seeing barbers reposting it, making fun of it, and etc. Have you guys all been seeing the? Let me just pull it up real quick. And here it is. It says Instagram will begin to label photoshopped images with a false information warning. Now, I've seen a few barbers repost this, and I mean, it's a little funny. I can see why people are taking it as a joke, or people are saying, "Ooh, people are gonna get caught up now," and all this and all that. But let me be honest with you. If for whatever reason this is true, first of all, I call total BS. But if for any reason this is true, they are not thinking about the barber industry. I'm thinking that, and this actual post came from the Shade Room. I'm thinking they're posting that because a lot of people, men, women, like to tweak their body out and kind of give false images or false hope, I should say, to how they look and etc. Right? Barbers are also taking it as in, oh, now we're gonna expose all these Photoshop barbers. But let's make one thing clear. There's a few things I want to talk about this when it comes to this topic. First thing I want to say is, I call BS. Why? Because there is no way in hell Instagram is going to do this. Now, let me explain to you why. Every photographer in the world, let me say this, every professional photographer in the world, any company, any major company that markets themselves, any type of photo shoot, any NBA athlete photo shoots, any UFC photo shoots, any big sports, anything, all use Photoshop, right? That's the editing software to make pictures look amazing. So every poster you see of your favorite basketball player dunking, I'm talking about like in-close studio photo shoots. All of that is all Photoshop. Every celebrity that has ever had a commercial or a photo shoot for a line or anything has been Photoshop. Every photographer that takes freelance photos of people, portraits, and all that is Photoshop. Everything is Photoshop. Every single flyer for every single barber event that you guys see out there is Photoshop. How the hell do you think it's being created? It's created through Photoshop. Now, another thing I want to make clear, and this is very important, and I need you guys to really pay close attention. 90% of barbers and hairstylists who utilize Photoshop, who tweak their images, not only of their haircuts, but of themselves, don't use Photoshop. And the reason why I say that is because it's poorly done. These are applications that people are using, apps on their phones, that allows them to smooth their skin, that allows them to bring their waist in, that allows to blend the fade in. That isn't Photoshop. These are just little apps that not only take the quality away from your images, it's become super obvious to somebody like me who has been trying to understand Photoshop for about a year and a half. So I've trained my eye pretty well to spot haircuts that are just poorly done. And I can guarantee you, if you do not use Photoshop, I can tell what you did right away. because Photoshop doesn't take away from quality. That's why it's a professional grade program software to edit photos and edit anything in the world, right? So I just wanted to touch up on that. And it's something that really blows my mind when a lot of other barbers are really just more concerned about other barbers, and hairstylists are concerned about other hairstylists editing their color, their work, and all that. Stop worrying about them. It's like Burger King dissing McDonald's on, oh, you guys are faking your burgers. They don't look like... Dude, everybody does it. It's a way of marketing. It's a marketing strategy. And if you're so worried and focused about the next barber doing it, that's more energy that you're focused on them and less energy you're focusing on yourself. Stop the complaining. I'm tired of seeing that, man. Promote your way. Promote the way you want to do it. We've had people getting sued, like Red Bull, who got sued for their campaign of Red Bull gives you wings, and people literally took that shit seriously, and they were like, nope, I gotta sue this company because I didn't get wings with my Red Bull. So with that being said, it's hilarious to me that a lot of people just focus on the wrong things. Focus on yourself, man. Focus on how you can capture your work a little better, whether it's video, whether it's photography, whether it's just taking a cool ass picture with your cell phone. Worry about you. Worry about your marketing strategy. Focus on in that aspect. Stop worrying about everybody else. Now, yesterday I did create a story pretty much saying if you guys can ask me questions that I wanted to talk about them and touch up on that. So we have our first question here. We only had a couple, man. I think a lot of people were just really didn't know what was going on or what I was really going to do with these questions. So with that being said, let me just go on here and find it on my story. And here we go. The first question is, what's the podcast channel name? Good thing for you, I already said what I said. These are all pre-recorded. And if one day they do get big and a lot of people start viewing these, then of course I would love to go live and do live questions. Second question is in Spanish. Vendrás a New Jersey. Un saludo, felicidades por tu éxito. Pretty much, will I be in Jersey? Yes, I'll be in Jersey. So all of you guys are from Jersey. I'll be in Jersey. I'm looking at the dates now. I'll be in Jersey April 4th and 5th. I think I have a class on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken, in New Jersey. I don't have all the information on there, but if you're from Jersey and you want to know where I'll be exactly or what I will be doing, send me a DM or an email, and then I'll be more than happy to share the information with you guys. So these are just all these funny emojis that I'm getting as far as questions. Nobody's really asking something. Somebody just said, just saying hi. Somebody actually wrote something in Portuguese, and I really don't know what it says. I will try to pronounce it, and hopefully somebody out there can comment below on exactly what it means. It said Ciao, C-I-A-O, whatever that means, Ciao. I visto la mia página. Oh, I'm assuming that says, hey, have you seen my page yet? So, no, I haven't. Sorry, I will. And that is Francisco_Costanzo_Barber. Shout out. We have one more question. Actually, a couple more. We have recommendable shears, ways to improve your shear work, how to expand your creativity. That's an awesome question. Recommended shears, because I am left-handed and a lot of companies do not make great left-handed shears, I have to go with Hanzo's. One, because they're great Japanese steel shears. They're amazing. You probably have people out there that are phenomenal at shear work that are going to recommend other ones, but for me, let me explain to you why I recommend Hanzo. Hanzo makes a great left-handed shear, a really good left-handed shear, and they allow you to make payments. So you can spend $1,200 on a pair of shears and texturizers and probably pay only $100 a month for the next year, which is an amazing deal with no credit check or nothing. So look into that. Another question that I have is, are you going to be at the CT Barbra Expo? I think so. 90% sure I'll be there. If you haven't been there, if you don't know anything about the CT Barbra Expo, it's definitely a must. I strongly recommend the CT Barbra Expo. Shout out to the homie Jay. Even though Jay contacted me a couple years ago to do a 1 hour class, I'm hoping Jay can see that I'm a fucking savage when it comes to education and could maybe in the future, before it's too late, can put me on there one more time by myself, because I can handle that shit, guarantee. So Jay, if you're listening to this, which you're probably not, but if you are, because you're a busy guy, this would be awesome. It'll be a great opportunity for myself and for you as well. How did you get off into the industry of barbering and Cosmo? And this is by Junior_Blurry Styles. Junior_Blurry Styles says, how did you get into the industry of barbering and Cosmo? I didn't get into the industry of barbering and Cosmo. I just started cutting hair as a kid, and when the industry started becoming hot, all thanks to Instagram and all thanks to social media, I was already knee deep, if not waist deep in the game, and I saw this as an opportunity to capitalize on it. And shout out to the homie Pacino. So all you young barbers out there that are just not coming up, and if you're not familiar with the name Pacino's the Barber, Google that shit, go on YouTube that shit, see where it all came from. That was one of my biggest inspirations and one of the biggest names that gave me, people like me, an opportunity to be where I'm at today. So with that being said, check it out. And the last question that we had from yesterday's post was, how can you perfect your blend and what techniques or tools do you use? So a great way to perfect my blend was to do the best that I can with a naked eye, right? Do everything I could, do all my steps, perfect it to where I could see it. Then I would pull out my camera or a mirror. An old school technique would be your mirror. You know, as people say, your mirror is your third eye. But if you pull out your camera, your cell phone, a professional camera, or anything, I always found that if I started pointing lights at my, not very strong lights, but if I started pointing just lights at my haircut and pulled out my camera, I was able to see every single line, shadow, everything. And because a head has different dents around, every person has different features, etc., different size heads, it's always good to move your hair, your model, or your client, should I say, in different angles. So cut from the front, cut behind them, cut from the side of them, cut over them when they're reclined to shave. This is going to allow the light to hit the haircut every single way, every different way, and it's going to allow you to see exactly what needs to be corrected and what doesn't. Like my girl, Stay Gold, said, Sophie, she would always take pictures of her haircuts and then go through time and always go back and forth and analyze every single haircut, every single pick, compared to how she's doing it today. So that's also a great technique. But like I said, these are quick podcasts. These are little shows that I just want to start sharing with you guys, anywhere between a couple minutes to 10 minutes max, talking about various topics. Leave a comment below. Anything else you guys want to hear or talk about or have me discuss, please feel free. Subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my TikTok. All the information will be on the links below. Shout out to everybody. Salute Chicago. We in the building. Los Cut It. We are Los Cut It in the building.